Hey everyone, my name is Allie. My channel is Allie Shares. Thank you so much for coming back. I'm sorry I haven't posted a video in forever. I'm having computer issues. The computer is on its last legs. I need a new one. I can't quite go out and buy one just yet. And so I've been trying to edit on my phone. I had a big old video. I have a big old video ready and waiting to go, unboxing for Dia and for Stitch. And I'm having trouble uploading it. It's just too big. I can't do it. I've been trying for weeks, so I'm just gonna have to split it into two, and it's gonna be an awkward two-part video, but that'll be up soon too. But I thought today I would come and film outside because it's 75 degrees in Seattle and it's so beautiful out. I do feel a little awkward. I've got wind happening. I've got neighbors on both sides of me who are in and out of their house, so I feel like they probably will think I'm crazy, but that's fine. I got my dog running around. I got wind chimes going. I got all manner of cars driving by and lawns being mowed, so this might be the worst idea ever, and maybe I'll never do it again. But it's so nice out, and I just wanted to be outside. I wanted to talk about a couple of the things that were super difficult for me when I went on my trip to Florida. Big group trip. Me, my husband, and a bunch of our friends from Philadelphia, all in a big group. So that posed some very specific vertical sleeve gastrectomy problems. I'm going to start out by doing some stats because we all love stats. I'm Allie. My age is 31. I'm 31. I live on an island in the Puget Sound near Seattle. My surgery was done on December 13th, 2016 at Aviva Medical Center in Shoreline. My surgeon was Dr. Peter Billing. My highest weight was 294. That was the day I started my pre-op diet. My surgery weight was 285, and my current weight as of this morning is 223. So that's 5.5 months and 71 pounds. I'm pretty pumped about that. In 4 pounds, I'll be halfway there because I wanted to lose about 150 in this process, and I'm halfway there. I'm almost halfway there. I know the second half is going to come off a lot slower, but still it's pretty cool to say like, oh yeah, I'm halfway done. Ain't no thing. So my trip to Florida was very nerve-wracking. I was nervous to fly. I was nervous for the heat. I was nervous to be around a bunch of people who I haven't seen since I had surgery. I also haven't seen them since I had my cancer diagnosis, and I'm a little bit handicapped these days. I don't walk as well as I once did. I have some what I think is permanent nerve damage in my left leg from where they operated on me, where they operated on my brain to take my tumor out. They got my nerve strip a little bit, so my left leg is a little bit useless, but I can still walk around with a cane, and sometimes without a cane if I know where I'm going. So the whole thing was very nerve-wracking. It was very fun. It was my husband and his 3 best friends who were all joined at the hip. It was going to be just those 4, and then all of a sudden, girls started tagging themselves along. So I was like, well, I want to go because I wanted to go to Universal Studios. I wanted to go to Harry Potter Land, which has been a dream of mine for a very long time. So I tagged myself onto this trip, even though I knew it would be tough. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. I'm wearing my Harry Potter tank top in honor of this occasion. This is my Death Eater top that I got from Harry Potter World, which is paper thin and was kind of expensive, but I didn't care. I bought all the things at Harry Potter Land. So the first thing that we all know is the most nerve-wracking thing about traveling when you're a big girl or a big boy is getting on the plane. Or the plane. Getting on a plane when you're overweight is similar to descending into the seventh circle of hell. Everything about it sucks. Getting down the aisle sucks. Getting your luggage up in an overhead compartment sucks. Getting over people to get into your seat sucks. Buckling your seatbelt sucks. Trying to go to the bathroom sucks. The whole thing sucks. So I bought myself Delta Comfort Plus so that I could get on the plane early and get my luggage stowed, and hopefully have a little bit more room to maneuver. And I didn't think I'd have any trouble with the seatbelt. At one point in time in my life, I had bought myself my own extender in its own little extender bag because I hated asking for the extender so much, so I just got myself my own. But I didn't bring it. I had given it away to charity because I didn't think I would need it. And I got myself in my seat, and I'll be goddamned if that seatbelt did not fit. It did not fit, y'all. I struggled. I used my muscles and I pushed down my tum, and it did not fit. So I pressed my little flight attendant button to ask for an extender, and nobody ever came. I took it very personally that no flight attendant ever came over to see me. The whole experience of getting on the plane was traumatic. I had to have a wheelchair attendant take me down, and that was traumatic. Getting through security was traumatic. Trying to take my shoes off when I don't balance myself very well was traumatic. The whole thing was horrible. So by the time I got down the runway to get into the plane, I didn't have my ticket out, and the flight attendant was very mad at me that I didn't know my seat number. So I took it personal, but they never came over when I pressed the button. So I just didn't have a seatbelt for the whole trip. I got very upset about it. I was like, well, fine, I'll just die. If we crash, I'll just die, as if having a seatbelt would matter. I probably would die either way. So I just didn't use a seatbelt. So my trip started off rocky. Once we got there, it was amazing. The house we were in was amazing, with a pool and close to all the theme parks and everything. We went to the WWE shop and bought a bunch of stuff. My husband's good friend bought these incredibly expensive title belts for each of his friends. So all four of the boys had big title belts they would wear on their shoulder, and the whole thing was really, really fun. We did Universal the next day. That was so much fun. That was probably one of the best days of my whole life. I think back on it probably at least once every couple days. Bought a bunch of Harry Potter stuff, went on a bunch of roller coasters. I have not been on a roller coaster since I was a teenager. I wasn't sure I'd be able to handle it, but I had so much fun, so I just wanted to go on all of them. So anyway, that's a bunch of good things about this trip. Some of the struggles. I should also mention my friends got married on this trip. Just a little tiny wedding with 8 of us, plus a baby, including the bride and groom, and it was so beautiful. Just perfect. The perfect wedding. Some of the things that were a struggle were, first, eating around people who have not seen me since I've had all this done, and feeling like maybe I was being a little bit scrutinized. I don't think in reality anybody even cared or was looking, but for me, just being maybe a bit of an anxious person, I felt like I was being scrutinized about what I was choosing to eat and how much I was able to eat. So that was a struggle. If you're like me and you're a little anxious about it, if you have been someone who's had anxiety regarding eating food around people, which is so me, and probably a lot of you too, then it's tough to all of a sudden have to eat all your food around a bunch of people and feel like you're under a bit of a microscope. Eating at restaurants with a big group of people was probably my biggest letdown. There were a few times where we all went out. We got, oh, here comes the motorcycle. Oh, there goes the motorcycle. A few times where we all went out. We are all so hungry. We got a big table. We're all laughing, talking, having fun. We make our selections. I never ordered what more than I knew I could eat. I ordered off the kids menu, or I ordered like a couple side dishes. And then the food comes and everyone just digs in. And there's something really cathartic and fun about that experience of being out with a big group of people and your food comes and you just go to town on it. And of course, my going to town is like 3 bites and then I'm full and I have to wait for my stomach to settle so I can have 3 more bites. And by the time my 3 bites have settled, everyone else is done with their meal and I can't ask 9 people to wait a couple hours for me to finish my little plate. So I realized that that kind of joy and that kind of experience isn't something that is gone for me. It's something I didn't even realize that was really fun for me. But that's something that as a slaver you just can't do. You can't get your big plate of food with your big group of friends and just be talking and laughing and eating and not even thinking about, you know, what's going on, not even thinking about what you're putting into your body. So yeah, that was probably the biggest kind of letdown, was that joyful communal eating experience being gone. But it's fine because it's replaced by so many other experiences that were wonderful. The other experiences are worth the loss of that experience for sure. But just as a sleever, know that that experience will be gone. But everything else about the trip was so wonderful. Getting on the plane to go back, I sat down and the seatbelt fit no problem with like this much slack. So I think it just depends from plane to plane. The trip was wonderful. Universal was wonderful. The wedding was wonderful. Even hanging out at the house with my little nephew, who I had only seen the day he was born. I haven't seen since then. He's a big boy now. Was wonderful. Being in Florida was great. I was always the person before this who hated any kind of heat. I was just always excited for summer to go away and for it to be fall and winter again. And I run so cold now since the surgery that I get so excited for hot weather. I am that person who is like, yay, summer is here, which is something I never thought I would be. But I like it. I like knowing that now I can get excited to go to warm weather locations. That's the wrap up. So many good things about VSG in regards to vacation. And then a few things that I learned that I'm going to have to live without, which is okay. But for you future sleevers out there, that's just my tip to you. Some things that you're going to have to learn to live without. But what you get in replace is far more worth it. Man, I'm having trouble getting sentences out today. I think it's the being outside. I'm nervous that people are listening to me, which they're probably not. They're probably at work. Anyway, that is what I have to share with you guys. I have a couple more ideas for videos down the pipeline. If you guys have anything you want me to do, please let me know. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Give the video a thumbs down if you thought it was dumb. Leave a comment because I love them and I will read and reply to each and every one of them. Of course, I'm so excited to be sharing this journey with you. I promise I will not go 3.5 weeks in between postings again. I just have been so frustrated with my computer that's totally broken down, and editing on my phone, which has been a little nightmarish. I love you guys. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Allie and my channel is Allie Shares, and I'll see you next time. Bye, lovelies.